Hi guys, welcome to my 3-year 15,000 mile review of my wife's Triumph 675 Street Triple. Yeah, we bought her January 2016 and she's used it quite well. It's done some big trips actually. It's been bought more as just a touring bike really. I know it's a lot of people don't associate it with touring bikes, but I've done quite a few previous videos on the things that we've done to it to make it better at touring. I mean, you probably see that ghastly mudguard at the back, and that was an extra. But what it really does is when you're riding in the rain, it just keeps, you get loads and loads of water come off a standard back end. You get covered. Anybody that's ridden one of these in the wet will know exactly what I mean. So that's why it's on. It's not there for looks, it's there for practicality. She just got sick of getting plastered in mud and crap and water, so that's why it's there. Have we had any problems with it? No, not one, apart from that's failed, and it's still failed. It was a 245 quid option from the dealer when we had it. That was fitted, 245 quid. We had a go at letting them have a go at fixing it. So this was last year. The charge was 80 quid. Said they'd fixed it, but they hadn't. So that was 80 quid down the Swanee. And then they said, we said, how much for a new one fitted? 400 quid. 400 quid. Bearing in mind, they charged us 245 quid when we had the bike. So, needless to say, I'm not using Pidcocks at Nottingham anymore. We've took it to our local Yamaha dealer to have it serviced. And the service cost so far, first service was free apart from 50 quid's worth of parts. I think the second one was about 170 quid, which is just basically an oil change and check over. The next one was 190 quid, which is pretty much the same. And then we've had a bigger service done by the Yamaha dealer with plugs, air filters and everything properly checked, and an MOT, which I think was just over 300 quid. So I thought that was all right, and I trust them to do a good job. So they'll carry on getting our business, and Pidcocks won't get our business. But anyway, when we first had the bike, the items that we had on as Triumph extras was the crash protection, which is that there and that there. We had the bobbins. We had the belly pan down there. The nose cowl and the heated grips. They were all fitted by Triumph, and that lot came to 800 quid. So all in all, the bike was 7-8. Obviously we got a trade in against that as well, so not a bad price, and it's been a good bike. There are things we don't like these mirrors where they adjust in the middle. They're a complete pain in the arse. Really not very good at all. Oh, I hope you can hear me over this wind noise. And I don't like why do Triumphs have a dipstick down here for checking the oil when everybody else has a sight glass. I don't understand, but it is what it is, and keep an eye on it. The other things that we've done to it ourselves, obviously that at the back there, the SW Motec rack, carrier plate. We've got a top box. We've got the SW Motec Blaze panny system, which bolts on there and under there. Oh, and the hugger, that was a Triumph extra. That was part of that 800 quid when we had it. That bolts on. But if you notice there, when the bike's fully laden and she's riding it along on the softest setting that the bike came on, that bar that holds on the pannier arms which go up there, just touches those when you go over a harsh bump, so we've just stiffened up the suspension to keep it away from that. It's only done it a couple of times, it's only just marked the hugger, but better safe than sorry. And the other mod that we did, we went one tooth down, because unfortunately when they changed the model, the previous model had got the upswept exhaust up there, and I really like the look of it. When they changed to this model, they took first gear up higher, which I don't know why they did it, but for me they took some of the fun out of it. They put the low slung exhaust down there, which is fine, you know, lower central gravity, and it makes it easier for us to load up the bike with panniers and stuff. So I quite like it for that, but I didn't like the high gearing. I think when I took a demo bike out, I had it open to the rev limiter in first. It'll do over 70 mile an hour in first gear, which for me is fine if you're on the actual Daytona, the race bike. But you know, it's not so fine when you're trying to ride this around gnarly little corners in the Alps. And like I say, it took some of the fun out of. Well, it took some of the wheeliness out of it. Not that Mrs. is a wheelie king or anything like that, but what we've done, one tooth down, it's definitely sharpened it up. I much prefer riding it, so does she, and I took it more back to what the previous model was like in the standard gearing. So that's a highly recommended mod if you have got one of these bikes and are thinking about doing that. Apart from that, we're really happy with the bike. We're going to keep the bike, no plans to change it. And Mrs. has got another bike on order, but it'll just be as well as this. And if you look back, probably about 5 or 6 videos, you'll see that she's ordered one of the new Norton Atlases Scrambler. So it seemed a bargain actually, under 10,000 quid. The issue will be is how long we've got to wait for Norton to make it, and will it be any good? It's a right gamble, but give it a go. You can always sell it if we don't like it. But anyway, that's it for today. Thought I'd just give you a look round, tell you that we're really happy with it. Highly recommend these bikes. They're great fun, great fun, and still the best in the class for me. And if you're thinking, well, I need the 765, you don't. 675 for me is a terrific machine. I've ridden the 765. It's good, but unless you really want the fancy TFT dash and a little tiny bit more power, I don't know. I think there's some great bargains to be had if you look around in the second-hand market and pick one of these up. Obviously, if you're not touring, take that off, put a tail tidy on it, it'll look a load better. Okay, thanks. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and if you've not visited this channel before, I do urge you to stick us a like on, maybe subscribe if you think the content's interesting. I do try and bring regular content to the channel, and if you think it's good enough, tick the little bell symbol and you'll be notified every time there's a new video. Okay, many thanks. Catch up with you again. Cheers.